SCP-006, the Fountain of Youth, had long been a subject of fascination and intrigue within the confines of the SCP Foundation. With the potential to reverse the aging process, it was viewed as a miraculous anomaly, a source of eternal youth. Dr. Alice Henderson, a brilliant scientist and a leading authority on SCP-006, had devoted her life to understanding its properties. For years, Dr. Henderson and her team had meticulously studied SCP-006, conducting controlled experiments to unlock its secrets. The initial results were promising. Subjects exposed to the substance experienced a remarkable rejuvenation, their bodies transforming into youthful vigor. News of the breakthrough spread like wildfire within the Foundation, and Dr. Henderson was hailed as a hero. The possibilities seemed endless, curing age-related ailments, extending human lifespans, and rewriting the rules of mortality. However, as time passed, disturbing side effects emerged. The first sign of trouble was a growing sense of arrogance among the subjects. They became convinced that they were superior to those who had not undergone the procedure, a superiority that bordered on megalomania. Intrigued by these behavioral changes, Dr. Henderson and her team delved deeper into their research. What they discovered sent shockwaves through the Foundation. One of the subjects, a man named John Walters, had become the most extreme case. His youth had been restored, but so had his vices. Walters, once a gentle soul, transformed into a man consumed by ambition and greed. He demanded more of the SCP-006 substance, believing it could grant him everlasting power. As the dosage increased, so did Walters' transformation. He became increasingly paranoid, isolating himself from the research team and forbidding anyone from approaching the vial containing SCP-006. Dr. Henderson knew that something had gone terribly wrong. To her horror, it wasn't an isolated case. Other subjects who had undergone the treatment exhibited similar behaviors. They became obsessed with youth and power, isolating themselves from friends and family. The once promising study had turned into a nightmare, and Dr. Henderson was faced with an ethical dilemma. She could no longer deny the link between SCP-006 and the psychological changes in the subjects. What had initially been seen as a miraculous discovery had turned into a curse, a malevolent force that warped the minds of those who used it. In a desperate attempt to reverse the effects, Dr. Henderson and her team began experimenting with antidotes, trying to counteract the impact of SCP-006, but the results were devastating. Subjects who had already been exposed to SCP-006 suffered severe withdrawal symptoms. Their health rapidly deteriorated, and their minds descended into madness. The Foundation's leadership grew increasingly concerned as the situation spiraled out of control. The once revered Dr. Henderson was now seen as a scientist who had unleashed a catastrophic anomaly upon the world. The vial containing SCP-006 was locked away in a high-security containment chamber, and the research was halted. In a final desperate act, Dr. Henderson subjected herself to the antidote in an attempt to reverse the psychological effects of SCP-006. She hoped that her research could lead to a solution, that she could save those who had been afflicted. The antidote took its toll on her body, causing her immense pain. But it worked. Her mind cleared, and she felt the weight of the responsibility for the catastrophe that had unfolded. She knew that she had to do whatever it took to protect humanity from the malevolent force that was SCP-006. Dr. Henderson dedicated the remainder of her life to containing the threat of SCP-006. She worked with the Foundation to develop secure containment procedures and ensure that the substance would never fall into the wrong hands. The vial was sealed within layers of reinforced steel and concrete, deep within Site-19, where it could do no more harm. The Fountain of Youth, once seen as a miraculous discovery, had become a cautionary tale of the dangers of tampering with the natural order. The cost of eternal youth had been revealed as a price too high to pay, and Dr. Henderson's name was forever associated with a disastrous experiment gone wrong. The story of SCP-006 served as a stark reminder of the ethical complexities of dealing with anomalies and the sacrifices required to protect humanity from the unknown.